Well, Iran is planning to send 2 aid ships to Gaza, and the country's navy is being put on standby to escort humanitarian convoys to the blockaded area. It's a move that threatens to escalate the already tense mood with Israel. Let's get more details from RT's Paula Slier, who's in Tel Aviv for us. Hi there, Paula. So Iran is joining in. Just what is this going to do to an already tense situation? I mean, if there's confrontation between the Iranian Navy and Israeli Defense Forces on open water, what could that mean for the world?
Well, as you can well imagine, people on high alert here. What we are hearing is that Iran's Red Crescent has announced it is sending 2 aid ships to Gaza by the end of the week. Now, this announcement comes after a meeting between the Red Crescent and the Iranian Foreign Ministry. We understand that one of those ships will contain foodstuffs and medicines. The other will contain Iranian relief workers. And the Red Crescent has sent out an appeal in Iran for people to come forward to volunteer to be part of this mission. Back in December 2008, Iran tried a similar attempt to send a humanitarian aid ship to Gaza, but that ship too was intercepted by the Israeli Navy and refused to dock in Gaza. This comes hot on the heels of Iran's Revolutionary Council announcing that it will escort the ships to Gaza. We understand that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has called for the prosecution of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli Defense Minister Ehud Barak. He is blaming the United States, France and Britain for the flotilla deaths on Monday. He's also calling for an international investigation. But having said that, the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says that there will be no United Nations probe. This is despite the EU and France saying that they will check the ships prior to them sailing to Gaza to make sure that all the cargo on board is legitimate. Concerns of violence were also exacerbated today when the Israeli army confirmed that it had killed 4 Palestinian Navy divers. The men were off the coast of Gaza. According to the Israeli army, it was a squad of militants in diving suits. But according to the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, which is the armed wing of the Palestinian Fatah group, the men were simply a marine unit in training. So yes, people concerned here in the region, in light of these latest killings and also in light of the announcement from Iran that it will be sending these ships that can only escalate already high tensions between Iran and Israel.
Well, Paula, Turkey says it's cutting ties with Israel unless it apologizes for last week's killing of 9 activists. And now a major security conference is taking place in Istanbul. Do you think that Israel is going to have more pressure put on it there?
I think Israel certainly will have more pressure put on it there. What we do expect to come out of this conference, to which 9 heads of state are attending. They include Russia, Iran, Pakistan and Afghanistan. It's a security conference. We expect that there will be increased calls for isolation of Israel, for international punishment. The conference is 2 days. Tomorrow, the Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin is expected to attend as well. Israel will not be sending a high-level delegation, but rather a member from its consulate in Ankara and Istanbul. We also are hearing in the Turkish press today that Turkey has cut all military ties with Israel. Earlier today, there were Turkish air military drills held. Israel was not participatory of them, whereas in the past it would have been. We're also hearing from the Turkish Prime Minister that Israel needs to be punished over this whole Gaza flotilla incident. He says that nothing will ever be the same between both countries, and to quote him, Israel has violated the biblical code of thou shalt not kill. Attending this conference is the Turkish Foreign Minister. He has insisted that despite what the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says, Israel has to accept a United Nations probe. He says that if it does not, it's an indication that Israel has something to hide.
Live from Tel Aviv, RT's Paula Slier tracking tensions in the region. Thanks, Paula.